After GoFest this year and the debut of crown form Zacian and Zamazenta, there's been much discussion about how these Pokemon are the best in class for raids, PvP, and Dynamax battles. But have you ever wondered why that's the case? What about these legendary dogs makes them excel in the Dynamax format? My name is Antarcticuno, otherwise known as the Dynamax Doctor, and in today's video, I'll seek to answer exactly that, diving deeper than just a superficial look at their stats to see if we can't derive some greater lessons around what makes a good Dynamax Pokemon, through the case study of Zacian and Zamazenta. To preface, let's start with an honorable mention, being Zacian and Zamazenta's adventure effects. Like many adventure effects in the game, there's a cost analysis to be done to weigh the candy and Stardust to the effect you're getting. And quite frankly, the 5% boost to attack or defense is really not the strongest. During certain events like Dark Skies or the Max Finale event, we did see Pokemon Go boost this buff, so utilizing these effects may get stronger in the right situation. When examining the other reasons that Zacian and Zamazenta are exceptional for Dynamax battles, however, the adventure effect is really just the tip of the Bergmite. Let's dive a bit deeper to examine what else they have to offer. At a surface level, the main appeal for these Pokemon are their exceptional stats, with Zacian maintaining the second highest attack in the game and Zamazenta boasting the 6th highest defense in the game. As legendary Pokemon, this is to be expected. But what helps bring them over the edge are their access to their signature moves in Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Bash. In Zacian's case, its charge attack is effectively a Steel-type Giga Impact, which, combined with a 332 attack stat, means that Zacian is one of the few Pokemon in the Dynamax format that actually can use its charge attack and fill the max meter decently when doing so. In comparison, Zamazenta's signature move isn't quite as powerful, but does stand in a league of its own, essentially being a faster and more powerful Meteor Mash. It can charge up Behemoth Bash quickly and spam several of these charge attacks to deal moderate damage, and due to its cooldown being relatively quick in 1.5 seconds, this allows Zamazenta to still be able to dodge incoming attacks as well. This is really where Zamazenta shines, because in addition to boasting a 292 defense stat, it also possesses the unique ability to start the battle with a shield as long as Max Guard is unlocked. Let's keep going though. Stats are certainly something, but still not the full picture. Players in franchise with the main series games or competitive Pokemon scene will immediately recognize that the Fairy and Steel type combination is perhaps one of the best in the game. Boasting 11 out of 18 type resistances, Zacian has incredible matchups against the majority of Pokemon's attacks. In a typical matchup, the fact that Zacian can usually guarantee at least some resistances to the boss Pokemon's attacks can lead it to be an auto-include on most teams. Zamazenta is no slouch in this territory either though. Despite having fewer resistances, it manages to complement its typing well, turning former weaknesses like Flying and Psychic into at least neutral hits, which, compounded by its tremendous defense stat that we covered before, means it can shrug off attacks easily as well. So obviously, this means that the Steel typing has been a great asset to these two on the defensive side. But what else? This is where we can really start to see the staying power for these legendary Pokemon. Projecting into the future, there are many Pokemon that have yet to be released into the Dynamax format, with 2 Gigantamax Steel Pokemon in Copperajah and Melmetal awaiting release, as well as Pokemon like Dynamax Dialga, which is one of the strongest Steel attackers in the game. Looking at this, we can see that Zamazenta fares well with both the existing Steel-type competition, in Metagross and some of the future prospects. But it's Zacian that starts to pull ahead here, absolutely dominating all other options when it comes to being a Steel-type attacker. In its short existence, Zacian has already eclipsed Gigantamax Copperajah and Gigantamax Melmetal before they've even hit the game. But wait, there's still more to talk about here. Something you may have noticed in the last segment, Zamazenta was mostly able to keep pace with Metagross damage-wise. So what gives? For a tank, this seems like an incredible feat, and indeed it is. Outside of their outstanding primary stats, Zacian and Zamazenta also possess insane secondary stats that allow them to fulfill other roles exceptionally well also, often outperforming Pokemon with only one niche. Consider the comparison between Zacian and Blastoise. As discussed, we know that Zacian resists the majority of types, but do you know that its defense stat is actually higher than Blastoise's, making it in many cases the better tank? Or that perhaps, without the Gigantamax power boost, Zamazenta would be a better attacker than many of the currently available Pokemon like Charizard and Rillaboom. If you happen to have a stockpile of extra candy for these two, seriously consider investing into a secondary role for them. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by their performance. I hope you found today's deep dive on Zacian and Zamazenta useful. If you learned something or found anything surprising in today's video, drop a comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe while you're at it. Till next time.